Well, and here we are back again. Kim Perone is with me, and she is a life transition and spiritual coach. What is that? Tell me what that is.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
A life coach life coaching is based in positive psychology. And a lot of positive psychology is the best and the most common of all spiritual traditions. So really, life coaching, when I started 5 years ago after a career in business, lots of people said, well, what is that? And less people say, what is that? So I think that for a long time, there's been executive coaches, there's been business coaches. More recently, the term life coaching came out, and it's basically how we live from our highest self. And so you say, well, what's your highest self? What is the lowest self?
Well, you're talking about Maslow's self-actualization.
Exactly. Yeah. Beautiful. So for anyone who doesn't know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is if you don't have food and shelter, it's like a pyramid. Mm-hmm. We need these certain things to build to self-esteem, to build to living our best, most whole life with joy and balance and being able to manage risk. Try something new and not be afraid of failure. So that is all. Maslow actually started the positive psychology movement, followed by Martin Seligman, and really life coaching is following and becoming more mainstream. That with these principles, we can facilitate with clients to just eliminate the time wasters, eliminate worries that you shouldn't necessarily have, busyness that maybe you shouldn't have. So a lot of my clients, as you can imagine, after 20 years in business and then turning to a coach, they're busy, successful business people, but usually about mid-career or mid-life, you've got a lot of responsibilities. So the most talented person has been collecting all these responsibilities. So you have families counting on you, your workplace counting on you.
The more effective you are in handling these things, the more you get.
Yes.
It's like, oh, she can do that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, she knows how to do that.
And she'll say yes, and he'll say yes, I'll do that. Okay. Oh, I'll do that.
What they say, if you want something done, ask a busy person.
Exactly.
And that is true.
It is true. It is true. So that's a good example of where we can center someone. So
does the word no work?
No work?
Does the word no?
Oh, work, yes. So one of the things my clients love is
I didn't mean no work.
No work? No.
Sorry.
Well, it is summer. But one of the things that my clients get a charge out of is no resentful yeses. Meaning when you say yes.
That's good. I like that.
You say yes, but as you get close to whatever that yes was, maybe managing a fundraiser or doing some volunteer project, if it starts to feel resentful or something that you're resisting or irritated, oh, why am I doing this and not someone else, then that was a resentful yes. That wasn't a yes. And there are plenty of those. I know you're a busy person in the community, and this is probably a joyful yes for you.
This is a joyful
yes. This is the most joyful yes, is what you do on this program.
I really do. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this isn't a lot of work.
Right, I can see.
It takes about 40 hours a week, believe me, 40 hours a week to put this show together. Now, granted, it's not just this show, but it's next week's and the week, So it's constantly planning ahead. But I love doing it. I meet such great people, just like you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's so nice to connect with you, too. So that's one technique. It's an example. And then living from your highest self, too, is knowing and understanding that you have two selves. And this is one of the foundational teachings in coaching, is that we need to be aware of our thinking mind, okay? And the thinking mind in coaching and a lot in some spiritual texts even use the word ego. So it doesn't mean egotistical person. We all have
an ego. We have to.
Right? We have ego.
The ego, yeah.
It's our thinker, right? It's that voice in our head. But then there's our soul, okay? So our thinking and being are two different things. And so to know that we are those two selves can allow us to stay centered. Not all our thoughts have our best interest. For instance, I'm getting bored at my job, say, and I'm ready for this promotion, or this promotion cropped up. It's an opportunity. Maybe I want to go for it, but I think my thinking mind, my ego says, oh, but what if you fail? You don't want to not be chosen, right? Well, is that our highest self? Or is it, you can try, and if you don't get it, that's fine, but you tried?
Well, last week, believe it or not, I had a gentleman on, and he's doing this thing called the adventure. It's his summer of no's. And he said, and his idea is to keep asking. If you get a no, that's okay. You have to learn to accept no's.
Yes.
And that's what he's doing. Like, he'll stop somebody and say, well, I'll barter this with you. How about if I do this, will you do that? And they go, no. It's okay, that's a no. And he's up to, when he came on, he had 544 no's so far. Yes. And he's working for 1,000.
Yeah. Exactly. So perfect example, salespeople, business people. Salespeople, you have to. Every no gets you closer to a yes. And if your ego's telling you, oh, I don't want to pick up that phone.
The first no is like, oh, I guess I'm a failure. No.
Right.
It means you did something.
Yes.
You happen to get a no.
So we need to challenge those thoughts. And that's really where coaching can help. You can work with a third party, myself, and any coach, and sort of start sorting that out, because that takes energy too. Sometimes you realize there's not just one voice in your head, there's two voices in your head. They're yeah, I want to do this. No, I don't.
On each shoulder, they're kind of yelling across you.
Yeah. So you need to do a little debating sometimes, and also to know. One of the things we also teach in coaching is brain training. So in brain training or retraining is to understand that our brains have a negativity bias. That's how we stayed safe. You know, our ancestors were the absolute best at sensing danger and staying away from it. That's how they survived. That's how we exist.
Okay? And we don't want danger in our own sphere.
Exactly. So the modern dilemma today is that there's a lot of dangers, and they come in the form of stresses or risk, taking a risk.
Or watching television.
Yeah, we could scare ourselves into thinking things aren't okay versus that they are okay. You know, there are a lot of stressors. So the center and the name of our practice. So I have a business partner, Helene Verdial, who's also a coach. And when we opened the Center for Clarity, Compassion, and Contentment.
And this is in Burn Hills.
We're in Burn Hills, and we are both coaches. And what we also did is we have other practitioners that do different types of activities at our center. Okay. But I know that name is a mouthful, but I just felt so compelled.
Because you had to say what it is. You're an author too, right?
So yes, so recently I published Finding Your Center, the case for clarity, compassion, and contentment. And I brought this book for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and with a wristband that goes with it.
And it's called The Case for Clarity, Compassion, and Contentment by Perone.
So this is a coaching book. So really what I did was I took,
resilience.
I took the center concept.
I like your titles. Excuse me.
Oh, no, thank you. And I'm glad you said, so this is a coaching book, and it really is 26 of the coaching principles that are most common that we work with clients on. And center there's a double entendre there. So we are the Center for Clarity, Compassion, and Contentment, but the center is in you. We need to all find our own center, be grounded, conscious, present, feeling good, feeling joy, and the book is just more of getting that center out. How can I get a
copy of this? If someone's watching,
Absolutely. Our website. And
I will I'll take a photo of this and put this on
that would be great.
Facebook. Yeah.
Thank you. So the book is available on our website, which is center4c.com. And we also have my business partner, Helene Verdial. She created a journal. And so it's the Inspired Life Journal, and they're both available on our website under the store tab. And we are just, it's truly a career of meaning and joy, and watching our clients blossom and feel.
And sometimes you just need that little boost. And I noticed mindfulness, and that seems to be a new catchphrase now. And I think that if you're finding yourself, and she's not the only life coach in the world, but anyway, just to let you know. But the point is that if you feel that you need a little bit more centeredness, maybe kind of get your feet on the ground a little bit firmer and not have all this stuff coming at you.
There's a lot of noise.
Lots of coming at you, and you're trying to juggle. And I know I walk around with 12 balls in the air most of the time. Fortunately, I can handle it. It's no big deal. But anyways, a lot of people can't. So check out, talk to a life coach. And I'm definitely going to read this book because anything to help, right?
Yeah,
move me along.
Absolutely. And tell me what you think.
I will. I'll let you know. I'll write a review.
Great, yes, please do. It's also available on Amazon, I should say that too.
Good. We've been talking with Kim Perone. She is a life transition and spiritual coach, and will be. You can find out more about her. Just go to her website and check it out. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking with Dave Freeman, and he is with Singles Outreach Services Incorporated. Stay tuned.